anyone else would like to help take this? Is that all right with you? Okay. Yes? Okay, good. Next. The quickest way to show you it works if you have pain and then you have no pain. Okay, come on up here. I just want you to know that all of you who are in this room, we are videotaping it. If you do not dissent, you're giving implied consent for videotaping. Yes? If you don't want to be in a videotape, now's the time to go to the back of the room. What's your name? Where's Cindy? Okay, Cindy. Okay? Cindy has had a car accident that has produced a lot of chronic pain for her, even though hypnotherapy over, how long ago was this? So, 25 years since the accident, and then 15 years of serious pains, and 10 years ago you had some hypnosis, and it's helped you some, but there is still some more pain. All right, so when a client presents with some form of suffering, that is what we call the indicator of inner pain. So because I'm doing it in a very short span today, we do not have the time to process all the emotional pain. If she was in my office and I have the luxury of a 20-hour protocol the first day, we're going to sit and I'm going to ask, I would do what I call the intuitive interview, and I would have her chat with me for several hours. 10% of my time will be listening to what she's telling me cognitively. 90% of my time will be tuning into what you're not telling me while you're telling me what you're telling me. I see a lot of nods in the audience, so you know what I'm talking about. So we will be in that energy space, and then at some point, I tell my client, I do very abrupt interruption, because if I don't, I will build the third swimming pool in my yard. We'll be here for a very long time. So what I do is, you will be telling me things. As I note an energy shift, I will stop you right there and go to work with whatever that energy is. Because those of us who do energy and hypnotherapy work know that the most powerful bridge for transformation is that emotional bridge. You will know that when you're interviewing your client, as you're talking about something, boom, you will see that there will be tears behind the person's eyes. You're nodding your head. And you know at that time, at that moment, you have struck a chord somewhere. All day long, I'm at the book table. I'm talking to people. I can tell, boy, can I help you, but I don't say it. Because a lot of people carry so much suffering with them, some consciously, some unconsciously. And you know that when you help them transform, they look different. Okay, these are dowsing rods. Look, I'm not making them move. They're fully mobile. It's the wire inside a holder, so my hands are not touching the part that moves. What is cool is because they retract and I can stick it in my purse. Sometimes for demonstration, I used to have rods that are this big. Guys like it, big rods like that. Why do I not use a pendulum? Because these are directional and it is visual. It's easier for the client to see. For example, I'm going to say, where's the lady doctor in the room? See? Okay. So what we're going to do is this. She's going to just stand here. Raise your arms, and what I'm just going to first measure is the edge of her energy field. It surrounds here. Okay. She has pretty good energy here because if there's no big issues, it's as big as your arm's length. Okay. So I'm going to just have her demonstrate. Go to a place where you're really grouchy and upset about something. And make an angry face. Okay, watch this. Okay. Watch how it has shrunk and chi field, right? Now clear your mind and put yourself in a place where you're so happy, your heart wants to sing. Put your arms up. Ooh, we don't know where she is, but she's a happy camper. She's expanded her feel up to here. Okay, so now, magic of the room. I want all of you to take a deep breath, send her love. Put your arms up. Okay. I'm not going to walk through the wall, although I'm kidding. All right, I'm just going to stand here and I'm going to project. Keep loving that 1 foot, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75 feet. Thank you, class. How wonderful. Give yourselves an applause. Supporting you. See, she feels better already. The next thing I'm going to show is I'm going to see if there's any chakra blockages. So I'm going to measure you from third eye down. All right. The third eye is blocked. Don't get scared, I can fix. Because people get very worried. Oh my gosh. So you have to reassure your client, don't worry, we can fix. That's why you're here. If you're all balanced, you can go home now and I'll keep the fee anyway. Okay. Throat chakra is blocked. Heart chakra is blocked. Solar plexus is blocked. Groin is blocked. And the first chakra is blocked. So, young lady here is completely out of order. Okay? Which is fine because it's not linear. A lot of people say, oh, you open this and then open this. I said, no, it doesn't work that way. The magic is sometimes it gets to the critical spot, you clear one, everything else clears. So, what we want to do is this. I will educate the client as to what this means. And I'm going to do it in very broad strokes. When this chakra is blocked, your third eye is blocked, it translates to you're not very sure about your purpose in life. That your connection with the higher power is not a 10 out of a 10. And that's something to work with. We don't need a 10 out of a 10 to be open. At some point, for every individual, at a certain critical mass, it will open. I had the fortunate experience of Grandmaster Lin Yun actually officially opening my third eye a long time ago when I did this training with him at Harvard University. And then I got a double bond, so yeah, a lot of energy. Okay, so the throat chakra blockage simply means you have not been able to speak your truth. It doesn't mean that you are a terrible person and you lie deliberately, but for whatever reason, either you do not know it, or you know it and you can't speak it, right? Or afraid of speaking your truth. It's being afraid to tell somebody, I'm fat, you are ugly, but I can go on a diet. Is to claim the power for myself. If you don't like me, it's really your problem. Those eyes are looking at me, not mine. So this piece is very important, opening the throat chakra. Heart chakra blockage translates to a challenge in your capacity to give love or to receive love. In that most people, particularly women, we are nurtured to give love, and we are our own worst customer. We give to everybody else, and we don't care about ourselves. Yesterday I was talking to a colleague, I said, listen, and who has an invalid spouse, and I said, listen, you have to take some time and take care of yourself. And the gentleman was saying, oh, blah, 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 I have to do this, I have to do this. I said, listen, I'm going to tell you very bluntly. A sick husband is not very effective, and a dead one is quite useless. If you don't take care of yourself and you die, who's going to take care of your invalid wife? Think again. So this piece is very important. This piece is very important. Most of my diabetic clients have heart chakra blockage. Love often we translate as sweet or sugar. Diabetes is an inability to metabolize sugar in your system. So if you work with diabetics, you can just about know that their heart chakra is blocked. So are people with breast cancer. Because if we open those channels, they will heal from those issues. Okay, so here's one. And here is the solar plexus, which translates to a challenge in self-worth, in not feeling worthy. Usually, if this chakra is blocked, this chakra will also be blocked. If you don't feel worthy, you usually don't speak up. Who wants to listen to me anyway? Because I'm worthless, right? So it's interesting, if you open this, this will open. Or if you open this, this will open. Sometimes if you open this, all these will open. It all depends on the individual. Okay. So then here is your groin. At this age, we know young ladies over 29 and a half years old, which means you're not in a place where you're hoping to conceive children, correct? Okay. All right. So when it is a person of childbearing age, if this is blocked, it could be challenges in conception, and particularly or sexual issues. Either you can't start or you can't finish. Okay? Or most of us who are beyond childbearing years, if this is blocked, it usually means that our creativity is blocked, because sexual energy is creative energy. So I could usually see a lot of clients who come to me. I live in a metro area. We have a lot of high achieving clients there. And they come to me and I say, you may be making a lot of money, but you're killing yourself in the process. You do your job, don't you? She says, how do you know? It's so smart. This chakra being blocked, you can just about bet on it. The person is not working in a place where her soul sings every day. It comes to the younger women. It could be difficulty in bearing child or delivering child or so on. So in this instance, we're going to work with the creative energies being blocked. A lot of times when I clear the energies, my clients start to sing differently. I had a jazz singer who came back and said, I'm not B flat anymore, I'm singing A sharp. Those who know music knows the same notes. Right? So they start painting. I recently had a client whom I actually led her through a spiritual orgasmic experience. She started writing poetry. How interesting is that? So your creativity flows, you paint, you dance, you do whatever, but many people will start listening to their spirit and start moving towards doing work that makes their soul sing. Okay, so, and then here, the first chakra being blocked simply says that you could have challenges with your first family, the primordial family, parent issues, and that translates to a sense of feeling unsafe in this world, whether it's emotional safety or financial safety. So this chakra being blocked, all of my clients who are victims of incest, every single one of them have first chakra blockage, understandably so. So we have to heal those spaces. Now, because this is a class, we don't have to process Dr. Gardner's private issues, but just to look at it, and she can resonate with some of the things I have just said. If there is one thing you could share with the class, would you be willing to share something personal but not private?
Actually, it didn't surprise me in the slightest that all of my chakras were blocked. It was no surprise. I've been working with that for some time, obviously not real successfully. One of the areas that I know I want to really open up is the throat chakra. And I feel like I'm really on a verge right now, began to feel safer being who I am and speaking my truth. As I grew up, I was never, ever allowed to speak my personal truth.
Stop a minute. I want the whole class to tell her, you are safe with us.
You are safe with us.
Thank you. And I want to thank you for sharing. All of you, please take this with respect. Okay, so this is a big deal for you.
Yes.
Okay. So if we could just do one small thing for you today, is to open your throat chakra so you can speak your truth. Would you consider that a beneficial session? Okay. So this is what we're going to do. Okay. I want you. Now this is the quickie session. Okay. You want to straddle the chair. Straddle it. Yeah. So what I'm about to do, I'm shortcutting and I'm not doing any of the processing. In the long session with me, we will go through and weep if we want to, scream if we want to. I used to have an office in a professional strip. I tell the dentist next door, I said, if you hear strange noises, and the doctor on the other side, if you hear strange noises, know that I'm not beating my clients. Don't call the police, because we make a lot of noise in the work we do, and it's okay. Part of the reason is when you're able to bring the energy up and blow it out, all right? We are dislodging a lot of stagnant chi inside you. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to use my energy to clear her energy. And I'm just going to do it very quickly. And we don't need to know all these people are, whatever junk you're carrying. May I use to take your glasses off? Yes. So, we don't have time to process. I don't need to know if you hate your mother. I don't need to know all these things. Psychotherapists might need to know, but I don't need to know, and I don't need to ask why. In the long process in my office, we work on no need to ask why. We work on tell me what is not working for you, and how would you like it to work. So I'm going to ask Dr. Gardner here, in this challenge of having your throat chakra blocked, how is it not working for you? What is the biggest challenge in not being able to speak your truth? Just give us a concrete example. Okay. So, this is stuck. And this is stuck in certain times where certain situation presents. For example, if you have to speak in front of a group of people, or you have to speak to a certain individual. Right, so there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect. There's this professional face, and there's little person in the back saying, you're liar, you're liar, you're liar. It's not true. Right? So you have this conflict. One here, this is pulling you back. So is that a good interpretation? So you have a face, it's like a ventriloquist last night. This mouth is talking, but this mouth is saying, you're lying, you're lying. So we want to mitigate the gap. Okay, we want to mitigate the gap. So I'm going to show you two things. One thing is I do the energy work through hypnotherapy, and another is, I'm going to do both. Another is I'm actually going to punch it out of her. You want one or you want both? Okay. So we don't need to do, yes?
Where's it going to go when you punch it out of her?
Huh?
Where's it going to go?
Would you like to keep it? That's a very good question. Yes, that's a very good question, because when I was new in the practice, I would punch, I would do stuff in feng shui in the house, and the cars parked outside would stop working. And at a friend's house, her air conditioner instantly quits. And I had done a case in my house student of mine, and my washing machine stopped being able to shut off the water. So this is just flooding water. So yes, it's a good idea. So thank you for reminding me. So when we punch, it will go outside. And since we're in Las Vegas, there are not too many trees. Usually I send it to a tree. Trees are all very loving, but we have a lot of mechanisms here. So I'm going to punch it out so it will rise above the building and go up in smoke, up into the atmosphere. That'll be a shortcut. So now, just close your eyes and take a deep breath. I'm just going to call you Cindy. Is that all right? Okay. Cindy, I want you to imagine that stuckness that you feel in your throat to be a form of energy. Now tell me when you locate that energy. Right? Show with your hand how big is this energy in your throat. Okay. Right. Now take a deep breath. Focus on the energy. And now I want you to bag it up. Put a bag around it. Surround this energy with a bag. Tell me when you have achieved bagging up this energy. Put a big bag around it. So you cover your skin that you surround this energy. Is it there? Yes. Good. I'll take another deep breath. Relax in the chair. And now focus on this energy and tell me, is it liquid, solid, or gas? It's solid. Okay. Is it heavy? Is it light? Is it warmer or cooler than your body? It's warmer than your body. Very good. Pay attention now. Take a deep breath and imagine a ray of light touching you in the third eye. Breathe into it. Breathing in divine energy, sending this energy all the way to this bag. As you infuse energy into the bag, I want you to liquefy the solid mass. And tell me when there's a bag of liquid. Just breathe into it, relax into it. Take as much divine love as you need, as it comes from the universe, right through your third eye and into the bag. Into the bag. Tell me when it becomes liquid. Is it liquid yet? Good job. Good job. All right, now, identify that this is a bag of energy you no longer require. Is that true? Are you willing to let it go? You've been carrying it for a long time. It's a part of your being. Are you willing to remove it? Very good. Now I'm going to insert a tube and put the tube in a bucket on the floor. And are you right-handed or left-handed? Okay, I'm just going to grab your right-handed. There's a valve on the tube. You are in full control of this, and you breathe in as much energy as you need. And when you're ready, open the valve and start draining. Take a deep breath and stop when you're ready. And let all the negativity drain into the bucket. Drain into the bucket. Tell me, what does the liquid look like that's coming out of the bucket? It's like lava. Is it hot? It's hot. It's red. It's hot, it's red, it's like lava. Now I'm going to put in your left hand a glass, and I'm going to pour in some magic water. It's cooling, it's healing, and I want you to drink this very slowly and gradually. And as the water molecules enter your system, it hydrates all your cells, and it squeezes the bag some more. And some of the water could go in the bag to flush the bag. so that it's not so hot. It's comfortably warm and continue to drain. And tell me if that bucket is full, there are lots of other buckets still require a second bucket. I'm going to take this bucket away. Second bucket is there. Take a deep breath and continue drinking and draining. And as you drain this junk energy, this negative energy from your throat, you feel more and more at peace. You feel more and more whole. And notice your neck is becoming more and more relaxed, more and more comfortable. And your voice is getting clearer and clearer as the liquid gets clearer and clearer. And there's as much water as you require. The glass fills itself for as much as you need. Drinking and draining. Do you need a third bucket? The third bucket is now in place. Continue draining and drinking. Relaxing into it, feeling more and more at peace with yourself. More and more at peace with yourself. And say after me, I can do this. I want to do this. I choose to do this. I'm getting rid of all these negative emotions. Right here, right now. I am Cindy. I'm a wonderful person. I have a voice. And I can speak my truth. And I can sing my truth. I can say my truth whenever I want to.
Say my truth.
To whomever I choose to. At the time I need to. I do so easily and naturally. I'm an excellent hypnotherapist. And all my clients love me. And all my colleagues adore me. And I love my clients. And I adore my colleagues. I'm a happy, healthy individual. This is my truth. I claim it to be my truth. Because I can, I want to, and I choose to. So take a deep breath and tell me what's coming out into the bucket. A little tiny bit left. So, okay, focus. Okay, focus. Take a deep breath. Take in some more light. And liquefy the rest of the garbage. Whatever it is, just know that you don't need it. Okay? Drink the water. Flush it out. Swish it around. Do whatever it takes. Now tell me when the liquid coming out in the bucket is as clear as the water you drink. And as it clears, you feel more and more at peace. You feel more and more whole. You feel more and more whole, more and more at peace. And tell me when what's coming out is as clear as the water you drink. Almost there. Take a deep breath. One more flush. Be done with it. Clear. Say clear when it's clear. One stubborn bit. I'm going to help you. Take a deep breath and clear it now. Sometimes we need a little help from a friend. Breathe into it. And tell me when what's coming out is clear. You can do this. Yeah? Yes? Yes. I can't hear you. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay, don't worry about it. Put the glass down. Tiny fraction of it is still in the bag, is it not? Okay, you do not need the bag anymore, correct? Now take a deep breath in the light and put a layer of light between the bag and your tissues in your body. The bag is now detaching from your body with the little bits that's left in the bag. Yes? All right, on the count of 3, are you ready to get rid of this bag forever? Yes. And why so? Because I can, say I can. I want to. And I choose to. All right, in a moment I'm going to count to 3 and touch you on your third eye. And when you feel that tap, I want you to, by the power of your own hand, get in there, grab the bag, and drop it in the bucket. Is that all right with you? Take a deep breath. 1, 2, and 3. Go. Okay, and in that instant, you feel a profound sense of peace. And you feel whole again. Now breathe in and feel this energy of peace and tranquility. As your throat chakra is open, tell me what this feeling feels like. What color is it? Still a little dark. All right, breathe in. Let the light shine through it. Breathe in. Tell me what color is it now. The bag is gone. It's a dark blue. What color is the throat chakra? Thank you. Focus on the blue, make it brighter. Make it brighter. Yes, you can do this. What does it sound like? Make a sound for me that is this bright, brilliant blue of your voice coming back to you. Louder. What? Beautiful. Vibrate with it. Fill the room with this energy. Louder. You have voice now. Make it sound. Even louder. Very good. Deep breaths. Go for it. Crescendo. Well done. Take a deep breath. And gently open your eyes. Feeling good all. Isn't it curious? I didn't tell you what the colors of the chakra is. I usually don't tell the client until afterwards. Because their soul knows exactly what it is. So that bag of energy was dislodged. First, she felt the dark, but then it became a dark blue, and the light comes up. I don't think I need to punch her, but I'll punch somebody else. Okay, if you keep thinking there's still a tear, it means you need deeper processing. A punch from me is not going to do it. Okay, but I think what you've done and what you have achieved, know that sometimes it's not appropriate to go from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. It's like an onion, you need to peel. That's why I require 4 days with me. And immediately following, we peel another layer, another layer. There's something, in my experience, there's something very magical about doing it in a very compressed period of time, because you're still in that energy. And I work with that energy until I'm done with that energy. And if I need to punch you, I will punch you. If I need to talk to you, I will talk to you. If I need to, in a moment, I'm going to check to see now. I'm not going to punch you because you've gone through a lot right now. So it will not be appropriate to punch you. So take a sip of water, and then I want you to stand up. I'm going to show you the throat chakra. Let's see if her energy field has expanded through the blood. Yeah. Just do that. Okay, I'm going to I'm 10 feet from where I'm standing. So just by clearing her energies, her chi field has expanded. Okay? So now let's see, if my rods don't move, it means the chakra has been opened. If it's still blocked, it will go that way. Sometimes it goes halfway, we've done half the work. That's why I said we have 2 rods. Okay, it looks like we've settled your third eye. Definitely your throat. Half of your heart. We've settled your self-worth. Okay, the second chakra still has a long work to do. And the first. So you can see, just in a very short while, we have achieved some significant results. See, the client can see this. Rods don't lie. In order for your rods to be accurate, you have to do a lot of self-cultivation because the rods are as accurate as the Dowsing. So if you want to do this kind of work, clean up your poop. So this is good, and she sounded out, and I encourage you, do you sing?
Yeah, I'm going in the shower.
Okay.
That's right.
We are in a group of adoring comics, right? Yes? They are very safe people. And they all send you a lot of love. All right? So I want you to sing something with us.
Franklin Rosie, get on board. We know the right, so there ain't no more to go. Taking it slow. What don't you know? The time with the romance.
To me, because throughout the rest of the conference, you're going to feel very differently, and people will see you differently, and you're going to speak differently. So that's why single sessions don't work. You've got to have follow-up. You've got to give the client opportunity to come back and say, you know, it's very strange. I woke up this morning, the sun seems so much brighter, and the grass so much greener, and the sky so much blue. It happened. So I have a quick 5 minutes. I work on one person, and what's your issue?
I've got something in my back.
I'm going to shortcut, so shortcut, I'm not going to use my rods, I'm going to use my hand. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to touch. Okay. Close your eyes. Sensitive. Little. I'd like someone else to come and feel this. Okay? Come on here. And feel a strip of space. Muscle there. Okay. All right. A lot of times when we have issues and your channels are stuck, it becomes somatic, and you can actually palpate. There's certain pieces of your back. Sometimes there are 2 or more, and sometimes they're like rock solid. Then you really have to do a big punch. So whatever it is, all right? Because we're not going to deal with private issues in the public forum. So right here, here's an issue. Here's somebody you're carrying who's very close to you. Feel that? All right? Yeah. It could be a parent, it could be a sibling, somebody close, related to you. Yes? Yeah, it could be a parent, it could be a sibling, it could be a child. And whoever this person is, you are carrying his energy. His. It's a male. Right? It's a male. And so don't have time to resolve all the issues in communication, but we're going to disconnect energetically. So I want you to focus on this person. Would you be willing to share who this individual is, just with gratitude?
It's actually a part of me.
It's a fine. That's even closer. You see, the closer the lower back is somebody closer to you in blood relationship. Somebody who shares your DNA. Right? Right there. Right. Now, in a bit, I'm going to make a very loud sound, so don't be alarmed. All right. Focus on this. I release this individual. All right. This is a very big piece. Do you feel that? It's a very definite. Is there anyone else who'd like to help me with this? Is that all right with you? Okay. Yes? Okay, good. Next. Okay, the question is this where it always is? Every client is different. It depends whom you're carrying. At my table, a lady from another country came and she wanted me to do an energy balancing session. I found 2 long strips. As I put my hand on them, I said, who are these people you're carrying? They're very close to you. And she started to cry. Her mother was there, and her mother said, these were her twin children that she lost a couple of years ago. And she hadn't been able to get pregnant since. I said, of course not, because she's got no space. Carrying 2 dead twins, she has no space for another pregnancy. So we cleaned up that energy. Now, very interesting. After that, she went to session. She came back out. Her mother dragged her to the table. She dragged her mother to the table. You got to do this. You got to do this. Her handwriting changed.
How did you sense it was a meal?
Different parts of the body. Usually, in this part of the body. Ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Want me to feed you some more?
If you're willing, I am.
See that? It's all looser, but still there. Okay.
Good.
Would you be willing to share what that is? You want to touch and see that? You want to touch and see? Well, touch how hot my hand is. Do you want to share? No need to share private things, but
Yeah, I recognize.
okay. But just simply say it was a part of you want to
Yeah.
disconnect with.
Yeah, definitely.
And you feel better?
I feel a lot better.
Good. Tell him. Go on, give it to him.
Yes.
Okay, folks, is this instant healing or what?
Yes.
Good. Questions?
I'm sure I speak for a couple people that I noticed, but when you did that, it was like a shockwave.
Yeah.
Like went through the
Yeah.
whole,
Okay. Did you get something from it?
a shock.
Good. If you had an issue, it might clear your issue as well.
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is very good. And we're going to process. Give him a round of applause.
Advice for the after the post, okay, is there going to be continual release in energy movement that they need to be aware of?
Well, with that punch, it's done. Notice that I have to prep. Notice that in that instant I have to meditate before I can do the punch. And notice that if you touch my forehead now, it's glistening with sweat, and my hand is hot. So it's not something you want to do every day. It's not something you want to do unprepared. I had to prepare myself this morning knowing that I'm going to do this kind of work. And then you have to learn to replenish yourself, because this is an energy exchange. And the two individuals, what I'm going to show you, that when we do feng shui, people ask me what are these little red envelopes, right? Because you have to give up a blessing to receive a blessing. I tell people, even though I don't charge a fee, you can come by and pick up a red envelope and put something of value, because you have to give up anything 9, multiples of 9 is a perfect number. So I tell people, I'm not charging you my fee, but because I give you so much energy, and if you want to keep that energy, you must give up something. You can't fill a teacup that's full. So that's the energy exchange piece. You who are out there doing energy work, ask for a red envelope, even if they pay you a fee. Or they can put your fee in the red envelope. But if they feel that you've gone beyond the call of duty, they will give you an extra red envelope. It's a Chinese tradition. Because in that way you don't get depleted. And if sometimes clients say, I don't have a red envelope, I say, be creative, use a white envelope and a red envelope. It's only the intention that matters. It is not uncommon when I do something like this, somebody else in the room gets healed. It's called secondary benefit. I did a class in Daytona Beach, and I was working on a gentleman with a brain headache. As I punched him, the energy went from here to someone in the back. So his headache went away immediately. Somebody in the front row said, I don't know what happened when he went, the thing came through me and my sinus stopped running. The sinuses was running all day. And then later in the afternoon, somebody was sitting in the back. I didn't want to take up any class time, but I wanted you to know when you did that, and something came through me, and I've been having this headache all morning long, and now it's gone. Just like when you're watching a hypnosis show, you can benefit from the hypnotic effect and go into deep trance yourself. If you relax, or if you want to scratch like a monkey, you're welcome to do so. However, when we're doing energy work like that, if you tune in, really, this is spiritual work. You can learn all the techniques you want, but to truly do this, you have to believe it, you have to trust it, and you have to know that whatever happens there and then is appropriate for the client. And never let the client drive your session. Who's the boss here?
Yeah.
Right. If you let the client drive your session, then you pay her. She's the therapist. Right? Any questions? I'd be happy to take some. Yes.
So when people were touching you back, do you think that was part of the healing process?
No. And normally I wouldn't let people touch, but I've already set the room and you guys are already in good energy. Or I would let you touch him, because then it's more work for me. It's going to cost him more. It won't be fair. No, but I have kind of set everybody in a good place before I let you touch him.
Has it ever happened that in releasing so much energy?
Question, could I hurt myself in the process? You could hurt yourself if you're not prepared. So I'm going to suggest everyone who does this kind of work to prepare yourself. Yes.
Besides being prepared, aren't you channeling energy into you that you're putting through you? You're not using your own personal
I'm
energy.
always channeling, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But you have to, the energy that is taken from me is my energy of clearing my channel, clearing my vessel. I have to do the prep, right? If, you can have clean water and dirty vessel is still dirty water. Yes.
I don't know if it's related, but when you were working with her, I started to get sharp.
It is possible sometimes when people are in the audience and you're resonating with it, if you're open to it, you are actually receiving some of the healing energy. So you might have some unresolved sadness, and it opens your channel. So it might have opened up something for you.
Questions? Yes, so you were a vessel for God.
Yes. Yes. See, I did go right. It is not my work, folks. It is not my work. I'm just a facilitator. The glory is God's. I didn't go blind. Dare to say God. It's okay.
I'm so impressed the sound that you made. It's like a sound I've never heard before.
It comes from a different place.
Yeah. It's like primordial or something.
It is a primordial sound, yes.
Can you teach me how to do it?
I can teach you how to do it as I have done today. It's going to take you the next 40 years to get it. It's self-cultivation. What you're looking at is 62.5 years of energy, plus all of my ancestors, plus all of my teachers.
They were all involved.
They were all involved. We always invoke the energy of our teachers. So after today, you're welcome to invoke my energy.
So you said it would take 40 years to learn this?
I'm just kidding. Some people are faster, some people will
I
spend
could be
it.
105 and I'd
No.
like to do this.
I think everyone here has a capacity to be an energy healer. And to what degree varies according to the individual. As I say, you will never do the work like I do, not because I'm better than you, but because I'm different from you. I did not learn this from any of my teachers. And I am sure when you do a lot of cultivation, something unique will come to you. Maybe I'm a dramatic person. Maybe some people will just touch you with a finger. Some Qigong masters will touch you with a finger. Some Qigong masters will be able to start a fire on a piece of paper with the palm of the hand. Because as you could feel, the heat that comes from my body comes from somewhere else.
Yes. How much actual pressure do you?
How much actual pressure? You want to share?
Somebody else just asked me the same question. I don't really know, to be honest with you.
You don't know.
Yeah. For me,